Hello, you beautiful legends, and welcome to this very short episode of Blunt Force Healing podcast. Jesus, I forgot just what it is. It should be a blooper, but I will leave it as it is. So, welcome to Blunt Force Healing podcast. This is episode number 400. Jesus Christ, not a blooper. Apologies for that. I'm really tired. So, let's start again. Welcome to Blunt Force Healing podcast. This is episode number 784. Yes, this is correct now. And I will just give you a quick update about Saturday. There was nothing special to highlight on or kind of, update you about. It was very regular Saturday these days because we deploy sauna from the very morning and we stay up until the evening with a short break in between. This time the only difference was that I actually use the drone from time to time when we are on the beach, and it was, I would say, eventless because we had most of the bookings we had in the morning. It was quite a busy morning, and we went there with Julian and with Elizabeth. So we were three of us there. It was a very nice morning, nice weather, pretty decent temperatures and all that. And I would say the only highlight actually of that day, of that morning specifically, or the first half of the day, was that Julian and myself, we were testing drones. So Julian was showing Elizabeth how to use the DJI Neo, the small one, the small vlogging blog. Jesus Christ, this will be a very bloopy episode. It's a very small drone. It's under 250 grams, which usually means that you don't need to register it in the EU, the European Union, or in many countries. But in European Union it's slightly different, because even if a drone is below 250 grams but has a camera or any means to record someone visually or in an audio format or identify later in any way, then it must be registered. So there's a privacy concern around that and requirement. But it's still a very lightweight vlogging drone that has been released by DJI just a couple of weeks or months back, and it's very handy for a quick operation. I already mentioned it a couple of times because it was the first drone that we bought, and Julian helped Elizabeth how to kind of, taught her how to steer it in a basic way. She tried it a little bit, and then he wanted to try DJI Avata because we had it in the car. And this is one of those FPV drones that have the goggles and you actually see from the camera of the drone, so you feel like you're in the drone or on the drone and you see it with your own eyes. So it's a very different type of drone than the one that you connect the phone to, or you have a screen and you just watch it. It is more immersive, but it also requires a little bit of skill. So he wanted to try it in a very basic way, and he did. So it was a very careful and slow flight, but it was a first flight and Julian made it. Julian did it. Well, the first flight we did a test up and down. I think the first evening that we got it, but it was the first flight that he actually steered it and run around a little bit and returned. The problem was that we didn't know how to land it. It turned out that it's very basic stuff, but because we never used FPV drone before, it's slightly different than the regular drones, how you land them. But I remember that DJI Avata and Avata 2 have a kind of emergency trick, but it's also the way that many people turn drones off. it's basically when the drone hangs around the waist level, you just grab it by the top and turn it quickly, so it turns the motors off and it shuts down completely. And many people just use it as a normal landing kind of maneuver. So I wanted to try it, and I believe I did something wrong. Basically, I held my hand probably over some sensors above, because I think it has 2 sensors on top, and for some reason it didn't stop the motors. When I grabbed it, it spun a little bit more and it hit me with the propeller. So you probably can't see it very well, but yeah, I got a nasty cut just on my left thumb, and it bled a bit. So it's still bleeding when I move it too much, but it's already healing. So I don't want to do much around it. I must be careful. But yeah, it was very unfortunate. So that was the first cut from the blades, and many people that use drones, they say like get used to it. It happens very often that the blades will hit you this way or another, and bruises and cuts are a normal part of drone life. So that's about it. And in the evening, I dropped Julian and Elizabeth at home. They prepared the dinner while I went for the evening sessions, and unfortunately we didn't have anyone pre-booked, nor we didn't have many walk-ins. There was just probably 1 or 2 people, and that was it. So I went in myself, I did my meditation, and went to the ocean once or twice, stayed in the sauna a bit, and that was pretty much the Saturday. So that's it for now. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great rest of the day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Stay tuned, and see you again in the next episode.